Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
We have one. If you hear some noises, it might be our child, Sonny. He's almost a year old, so he's playing over there. The backyard is child-proof, so should be good to go. But this morning we want to talk about parenting, and to give you a summary of us, we have one boy who's almost a year old, and then a daughter who is almost 3 years old, and we ourselves are young parents, and we're figuring it out. So we're no experts, but we want to build a community of like-minded people, show you that life is not always easy, and we're not always put together, and sometimes there's hardships, and so we want to talk about those and talk about some things that have helped us. So today I wanted to talk about parenting styles, and so London, as I entertain our son here, what are some parenting styles that you think we kind of embody, and what have we kind of picked up?
I would say, when considering how both of us have been raised and a lot of those conversations that we've had over the years leading into parenting, as well as kind of some, I would say, newer parenting styles in this generation, we've kind of meshed into our own. I would say we're similar to gentle parenting, but with boundaries. So maybe it's boundaries parenting. That might be it. I don't know. Where, we definitely don't believe in spanking our kids. And it's more of like, as a parent, I try to picture that we're here to guide, we're here to teach. And I'm all about trying to promote like that connection with our kids, but also with boundaries. I think some people can go too far and like being more child-led, where they let their kids kind of do whatever they want because they want to be gentle with them, but then they realize that the kid's doing everything on like whatever they want, and when they tell them or demand something of them, the kid just says no or runs away or whatever. Where I believe that, you can have such an awesome connection with your kids, but also still have very firm boundaries that as long as you follow through on them, it still, I think, creates a really good, respectful dynamic with you and your kids, but a loving one that they look up to you. And yeah, again, we're not perfect, but that's just something that like I've picked up on and doing research on, and that I think has gone somewhat well so far with our almost 3-year-old. She's not 3 yet. I've heard teenagers can be hard. But our 2-year-old, she's had her moments, tantrums for sure. But there have been moments that I'm like, wow, this worked. Like, I didn't think it'd work, but it worked. And this terrible twos has not been terrible. It's been hard at times, but she's awesome. We love her so much.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. And I think one book that I think helped London and I, we've read a lot of children's books, but the one we keep coming back to is Whole Brain Child. Such a good book, and so we'll drop the link below. It really helped us kind of with a lot of different tactics and build the parenting style that we have, which is essentially our daughter just woke up, so her brother is standing at the window watching us, so I think we have a short amount of time left, but essentially, the idea is that you have to understand the development of your child and understand their emotions, and understand that you can't just tell your kid to stop yelling. You can't tell your kid to stop crying. You can't tell your kid to stop having emotions because their brain is not fully developed. And so you have to understand they're a kid, and they don't get that. And you can't just tell them to stop doing things, because that's really not going to help them understand why they do it. And that's not to say that there's other authoritative parenting styles or child-led parenting styles are wrong. That's just preference. And so our preference is kind of a mesh between the two, where we don't just kind of say this is how things go. We try to explain it to our child. So we do set boundaries. We don't say, hey, if we're going to do something and they say we don't want to, it's not just okay, well then in that case, we'll let you do what you want. It's like, no, we said we're not going to do it, so we're going to stick to that. But we're going to explain to them why, and then we give them options. And one thing that a Whole Brain Child helped us, and this is the tip that we're going to leave you with today that helps us so much, is giving them options. And it's not it's not exactly compromise or bribing or anything like that. It's making them feel in control, even though you're still getting the route you want. So, for example, if my daughter has the fridge open and she's been staring at the fridge open for a minute, and I'm thinking polar bears are dying because we are not closing the fridge door, I'll say, "Hey, Mika, can you close the door?" And then she'll say, "No, I don't," and start pouting. And so I give her two options, and I say, "Mika, either you can close the door if you want, or Daddy can close the door. Which one do you want?" And even though it seems like she's in control, I'm still having the overall decision. It's not like I'm saying you can do what you want. It's not like I'm giving in because she cried. What I'm doing is giving her a little bit of control in a life where a child wants control and can't have it. And so oftentimes most times she'll just say, "Mika will close it," because she wants control, so she'll close it. Yeah. And then sometimes she keeps pouting. And then when she keeps pouting, I say, "Okay, I guess Daddy's going to close the door." And then she's like, "No," and then she'll close it. Mm-hmm. And it's honestly, that one tip has helped us. And so many, we've avoided so many tantrums. Mm-hmm. And it's actually helped her kind of seek options. And sometimes now when we say no to something, she will come up with options. And she'll say, "Well, can we do this instead?"
Yeah.
So that's just something that's helped us.
Yeah, it was huge, especially this year when Alex was deployed, and it was Mika just turned 2, Sunny was a month old, and I was like, how am I going to do all this? You know, she had already started dealing with the tantrums between 18 months and 2 years, and so we started, that's when we read, when she was about 18 months old, we read The Whole Brain Child and some other awesome books that aligned with those same beliefs, values, whatever. And so we slowly started implementing it, but I just had to rely on that, you know, in order to get through my days and to have some sanity, but also to help, like, keep my relationship with her good and connected. And so, like, understanding that, like, this is just part of her development. I don't need to take it personally. And yeah, giving her those choices. Like when I did potty training with her, there were some times that she was like, "I don't need to go potty," or "I don't want to go potty." And it's like, okay, you can either go to the potty, you can skip to the potty, you know, that's the other part of it, is making it fun. Like trying to get into your child's world, and a huge part of that is just doing anything with play or fun, right? You want to skip to the potty? Do you want to jump to the potty? You want to, hop like a frog, like whatever. Or it was like, hey, you can go potty like on your own, or I'm going to come over, I'm going to pick you up and take you to the potty, and I'll help you. So which one is it, and the same thing, some parents are like, my kids are jumping on the couch, they won't jump off the couch, they won't get off when I say, get down. And it's like, that's, they're just getting attention. That's not going to help the situation, versus being like, hey, you can either get down on your own, or I'm going to have to get up, come over, grab you and pick you up and take you off the couch. So which one do you want? Sunny's crawling away. So that has definitely helped a lot. And we will see how it goes with our second as he gets older. And I know every kid is different, but this has worked really well so far with Mika. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wrap it up because our daughter's watching us through the window, and we have our son who is having a little too much fun in the backyard. But we will probably have more conversations about parenting style. And I think, to summarize, it's hard to describe, put any parent into one specific style, because oftentimes you use pieces of each one. But I think for us personally, we use a lot of boundaries, so they know their left and right limits. We use a lot of compromise when we can, where, hey, we can't give you this, but maybe we can give you this. And we try to give the kid control when they can, while still giving us an overarching control. And then lastly, we avoid spanking and we avoid yelling, but we do it while also maintaining boundaries where no means no. And we can talk about why no means no, and we can talk about why you're feeling the way you're feeling, but that's not going to change the outcome. And so that's been really good for us, and that kind of summarizes us for right now. Please stay tuned, like and subscribe, and if you like more of this, please let us know what you'd like to hear about. And if you have any tips that you've used as well, please let us know.
Yeah, put in the comments, definitely.
Yeah, so thank you.
It's all a journey.
That's right.